What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you about 3 free umbrellas you'll be able to get in Fortnite, one of which is a tiny bit of a grind, but the other two are basically like a, hey, dedicate yourself and everything you love to Fortnite type of grind. With that said, what am I talking about here? Well, I'll go ahead and pop up an image on the right side of the screen right now of the GOAT Brella you'll be able to obtain in the V40.40 update. Currently, as of right now, you're actually able to go ahead and start working on unlocking it through just doing rivalries in Battle Royale, but you won't actually be able to actually use the Brella until the next game update comes out. So how do you actually unlock it? What is it going to be themed around, and how many of there are there? Well, there's going to be 3 different umbrellas. There's going to be the Rivalry Master Brella, there's going to be the Rivalry Grandmaster Brella, and there's also going to be the Rivalry GOAT Brella. They're all themed around the kind of the same aspect of just doing the Rivalry leaderboard event, you know, going ahead and trying to get a high score, but something you need to keep in mind is the fact that if you do bot lobbies, you're actually not able to go ahead and grab all the umbrellas. I know that might sound a little interesting, but when you're doing bot lobbies, the Rivalry leaderboard event actually cuts off at around 140 or 150, and past that you have to go in real matches in order to keep ranking up your Rivalry Master score. For example, I just got a Rivalry credit win and everything else. Before that win, I had 184 score for the Rivalry event, and if we go to the showdown menu, I still have 184. That's because they literally cap you in bot lobbies and they won't allow you to progress it anymore, mainly because of the fact that by that point, if you're playing bot lobbies legitimately, you're not using like a secondary account or whatever to get in it, you're usually not in bot lobbies for like 50 years or 154 rivalry wins or whatever they cut you off at. With that said, however, how can you go ahead and obtain these Brellas? Well, the first one is the Rivalry Master Brella, which you'll be able to get in the next game update for 160 rivalry wins. You can see if you already qualify for this by going over to the Rivalries tab and then going over to the right until you actually see 160. If you see this question mark being unlocked, which says to be revealed, that will be the Brella that will be added in the next game update. So congratulations, you have that Brella waiting for you. Of course, in between all these rewards, you'll get more and more titles that you're able to go ahead and flex on the leaderboard to everyone you have added. And if you're on the global leaderboard, which, or I guess not even the global leaderboard, but the showdown leaderboard, you can go ahead and flex it in there. For example, you can see I'm Rivalry Master 2, and then we got like Rivalry Rank 8s and stuff below that. But now it comes with a little bit grind-worthy Brellas. Firstly, we have the Grandmaster Brella, which you'll be able to get for getting 500 rivalry wins in Fortnite Battle Royale. So that is going to be something where you're going to have to put in some effort, because firstly, you're capped at like 150 in normal matches, and then when you go into a real match, when you go ahead and try getting the rivalry wins and everything, you're versing, of course, real players. Maybe you can get like a bot kill here or there when it comes to the rivalry leaderboard, but it's mostly going to be real players anyways. And then on top of that, you have to go ahead and get like 300 to 400 rivalry wins in order to go ahead and finally get that 500 milestone and fully unlock the next Brella. But once you've gotten 500 rivalry wins, you may have remembered we have a third one that you'll be able to actually obtain in the next game update, and that one is going to be for 1,000 rivalry wins. Of course, you'll also get the Rivalry GOAT title in the leaderboard, so people will be able to see that you got at least 1,000, even though they'll also see the number 1,000 next to your name anyways. But that GOAT Brella is the one you were seeing on the right side, so this right here, if this is looking cool to you and you want it, get in game and start grinding 1,000 wins before the season actually ends so that you can go ahead and obtain it. Of course, once the update comes out on May 14th, anyone who's actually earned this reward beforehand will actually end up getting it instantly because they'll have the mystery token on their account, and anyone who is already going to go ahead and grind it afterwards will get it instantly as well. You may notice that when we talked about stuff like the Master Brella, it's actually for Mastery Rank 2 instead of Mastery 1, because Mastery starts at 150 wins. The reason why they did that is because if they went ahead and had it at 150, sure, they could have had a system in place in order to grant it to people who had already done those quests, but at the same time they did it at 160 because it makes it a little bit easier for them, because they don't have to grant old quest completionists with a new token. Instead, they can just make it like grind 10 more rivalry wins, and you'll be able to get that new token because they'll have a new quest applied to it. Could they have done a secondary quest as well that was just marked at 150? Yes, they could have done that, but I think the system that they went ahead and put in place allowed it to at least be visible in the actual rivalry leaderboard and make it a little bit less complicated, you know, a little less area for potential bugs or issues going down the line, especially when, let's be honest here, there's been a decent amount of bugs going on in Fortnite. So let me know in the comments down below, will you be grinding for the Rivalry GOAT Brella, the Grandmaster Brella, or will you just be trying to grab the Master Brella at that and just call it a day there, or will you just not be participating at all? I honestly feel like a lot of rewards recently for Fortnite have gone down the route of just being grind festivals, you know, stuff where it's like play with your friends and collect collect 5,000 jewelry pieces that drop from eliminated enemies or open chests. Play with your friends and collect hearts for a back bling. Play with your friends and collect golden llamas and stuff like that. And then of course you have all the ranked rewards that are like, go ahead and go into an elite ranked match, an Unreal ranked match, play 5 matches in Unreal and all this type of stuff for contrails, gliders, map mastery stuff, all that. It definitely feels like Fortnite free rewards have gotten into that insanely grindy territory. Until next time, however, I'll catch you champs and champets a little bit later with another upload, so like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and until next time, peace out.